Let's move on to discussing printing a flat colour on the front cover of your zine. I'll put a graphic up now which is a collection of zines recently made by Ed Cheverton in the last year, and what marks them out immediately visually is the range of coloured covers. There aren't really that many paper mills who supply coloured paper which we can print onto, and the ones that do, you know who you are really expensive and not that great for an indie press. So we recommend printing a flat colour as a background to act as a base behind your artwork and achieve the same visual appearance. So Rory's zine here has a colour plan, I think it's factory yellow front cover, but our zine here get a very close to that yellow, but it's actually a printed colour. Again here we've got Gut Flora, which is pink colour plan, and Triple Cooked have been able to achieve a colour very close to that by printing. Also gives you the advantage that you can actually knock out the white areas on there, and you can have a completely different graphic on the reverse of the page without having to worry about it still taking the form of the pink colour itself. So there are two solutions. What works better, in my view, when you print a flat colour is uncoated paper. So here we've got, the front cover is actually printed onto 300 gram uncoated, but we've matte laminated the outside of it to prevent the ink cracking along the spine. But it does give a slightly troubling sheen over the top of it. Matte finish and a slight grain of uncoated tends to lend itself much better to overall background colours. So Northwest here has a thinner 160 gram front cover, and the green colour just sits better on the matte finish of uncoated than it does, I think, with the lamination over the top. So my recommendation here would probably be to go for uncoated. So if you're going to go for a self-cover zine, go for 115 gram uncoated for the cover, or if you want a thicker zine, go for 300 gram uncoated. And I would probably avoid lamination on the thinner option, just so the paper itself maintains the finish of the uncoated, and the ink, the full colour ink coverage, just has slightly more grain and a slightly nicer finish than it does if you laminate over the top. Can't quite put my finger on why that is, but it just feels more like the paper is the actual colour, which is the effect we're trying to achieve here. So rather than go for an expensive colour plan or colour action or Vanguard paper itself, where you are also limited to the specific number of colour choices that the paper mill supplies. Colour plan, you've got 50 colour choices, but if you actually printed the colour, obviously there's millions and millions of colours you can choose from. You drop it into the background on your InDesign file and use it as a base behind your artwork.